Hello, welcome to Appliance Master Live. I'm Bill, and with me again is Kari, my favorite sidekick.
Yep, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about a class that Bill hosted yesterday in our shop with some of our technicians covering basic electricity.
Now, Appliance Master's training philosophy, it's expansive. It goes over years. But we day one when we hire a new trainee, that person is assigned a mentor, like I guess somebody that they can turn to and ask anything about, like start times, putting fuel in your van, uniforms, any question at all that mentor is supposed to, be there for them. Literally day and night, even on weekends, if they're, so that person is with them along the whole way. So once they have that mentor assigned, and we probably have 4 or 5 mentors in our company right now that work with people. Yeah. So
they'll take a new hire, whether they have experience or not, on the road for 2 weeks, and they learn all the basics about how to be a good overall technician.
And that 2 weeks on the road, the new trainee has already had training in like our version of customer service, like how to park your vehicle, how to keep your uniform clean, how to shoe covers, floor protection, where to put your tools, keeping your tools clean. They have an extensive tool list, things they should have. They have, it's a lot of work. A lot of things are put to that trainee in the first couple of days they're with us. And what Kari referred to, the 2 weeks with their mentor out in the field. At the end of that generally 2 week period, sometimes it's longer, we have their first test. The first test of the trainee is when another person, sometimes me, goes out into the field with them and checks their uniform, checks their computer, checks their software, the tool list, the neatness of their truck, their hygiene, their hair, the way they speak to customers, how they park. It is a long list, and we want to make sure that any new employee is fully indoctrinated to what we expect of them, like our high standards. And that's before we really even open a book or pick up a pencil to study anything. And one of the hardest things trainees find to learn is our software, because in any kind of service business, you are taking we're not hammering out widgets at some huge factory and making the same thing. Yeah. Every service call
is different.
Custom. Every customer is different. Every situation is a little bit different, and they have to learn the systems, like our software and our systems, kind of make that we take that individual situation and try to customize as much as possible to fit into our flow, our workflow throughout the company.
Yeah. Well, and the goal overall is to make them, I would say, the most effective and efficient technician with high level of skills and high customer service skills as well.
Yeah. So when one of the first things we teach a technician is among other things, are things like actually parking your vehicle at a customer's house. That is so basic, but that's step one. And then when he gets past that first period, then we start training them actual technical things we have. I should even wrote a list of all the classes that we have, but the one we had recently was basic electricity, and this is it should be renamed very, very basic electricity, the things that you need to know from the very beginning. We're not going to talk about free electrons or electrical theory. Yeah. It's this is very hardcore, real, everyday things that are absolutely necessary. That's where we start.
Yeah. And it's very important that they know how to do these things so they can accurately test and diagnose appliances, so they can get them fixed and quickly and affordably for our customers.
Exactly. But this is a full day class. This is we went from 9 to 3, and then we had a quiz at the end, and then we had some a hangout session where we go over things and test things. It was a full day, and it's a tiring day. And of course, we start out with safety. Safety can't be overemphasized, and then we go to fundamentals, fundamentals of voltage, current, resistance, and you can't blow through things like that. You can't say, this is what an ohm does next. you know, what's an ampere next? And it's like I make sure.
Yeah, well, your classes that you do, they're very hands-on. You show examples, you take your time.
And like I said, I'll really try to drive home those things until there's understanding. I mean, I don't try, you know, I try not to have any like glazed over looks, like, you know, we try to like, oh, you know, and so we were pretty successful with that class too. And so for some of you that know some of these things, we do electrical symbols, we identify components, and we do basic circuits. I think and of course we not only talk about using instruments, we actually
use them.
Yeah, so we actually have live demonstrations on using instruments, schematics, troubleshooting, and then we do some live testing. I mean, I don't know if you like.
What did you think the most successful part of the class was?
Well, I think it's like, to me, it's like the understanding. Like I've sat in classes where like I know what they're teaching, and it's like I see, you know, when students don't connect with something. Like, I mean, it's impossible to have a person for a whole day and have them totally retain 100% of everything. But they should get enough confidence to like get back and basically we have the booklet I use is like 49 pages long. There's a lot of material, and I give it to them in the PDF so they can take home and go over things. So what was your question again?
What was the most successful part?
Well, the successful part is because when we do some of the hands-on things, like they get it, they answer. It's like I have a video. We did a short little video when we were testing things, kind of
an aha moment.
Well, yeah, we throw things together, and then when you're showing them a demonstration and they start to like answer, oh, so when that circuit opens, the meter's going to read this, or when this is going to happen. I go, yeah, that's, you know, and when they understand what we're trying to do before the demonstration actually occurs. So if any of you out there want to know, I mean, some of the schematics we covered, one of the first ones we covered is this. This is one of my favorites. This is an old school refrigerator with a defrost timer, very basic, no boards, no craziness. Get it? You know, this is like your basic refrigerator that lasts 20 years, never give you a headache. But this is, here's a basic schematic for this refrigerator, and it's very simple. And I think our students at the end of the day totally got this, totally understood. So, you know, went over every wire, every component, even the interior light. It's and you know, so I'd like to say that they 100%, you know, I don't do like I'm doing right here, just do all the talking. Like they get involved, they answer questions, and
they're asking, answering. It's, you know, group learning environment too, where the guys can share the information that they have with each other and kind of all work together. And I at the end of any of our classes or meetings, I typically hand out a sheet with just simple questions on it. Like the first one is like, from 1 to 100, how effective was this meeting class? Yeah. And I got all of them wrote high 90s, and I don't think I didn't threaten them or anything. That was like unsolicited. And the other, and when they asked for more, like they always ask what we can add to the class more. They always ask for more hands-on testing, but you know, that's exactly what we do. But it's you know, and technicians, I mean, people learn in, I mean, different ways.
And a lot of technical stuff you can just sit there and read, but you have to, I mean, you interact with your other students, you put your hands on it, like the you know, the physical and the mental aspect, I mean, helps these guys really learn a lot. We did a very, well, that's, I mean, I say, again, very simple. This is just your standard, this is a Whirlpool electric dryer, very standard schematic. And again, these guys, we went over this. They understand every part. And these are guys with like a month, 6 weeks experience. That stuff is, and most of them have never seen anything like this before. But, you know, it's basically just a roadmap getting them from point A to point B. So I'm, you know, happy that at the end of the class, they grasp this stuff.
That's good. And then, you know, we do a lot of other classes too. Like, I know, you know, so what are some of the ones that, you know, you think are also successful? Like the refrigeration classes, and then...
Well, Yeah, I mean, we have all, you know, there's, and again, these progressively get more advanced, from
Yeah.
simple things like this to, and there's a wide variety. We do, you know, some of the things we have are just short readings, some are websites or interactive with the manufacturers, but it's complex. And again, I think, and what makes it really successful is the blend of, you know, reading about it, trying it yourself in the shop, you know, tearing something down in the shop, working with it, and then being supervised in the field and doing it on your, you know, your own in the field is like, our guys really learn. The ones, I don't want to say everybody, like not, you know, unfortunately, some people, not everyone makes it, you know, some people just can't retain it, and we try to, like, you know, make that as painless as possible moving on, but, you know, it's like a sport. It's like, you know what I mean? I think it's like you either, some of our guys we have right now really get it. They really are, they get this, and they hunger for learning too.
Yeah.
They just soak it up as fast as we can give it to them.
Yep.
I don't know if that, yeah, but one of the things I like the best is, feel free to jump in at any time, Kari. But the thing that's overlooked in the industry here, that my thing I talk about all the time is like, let's say dryer venting or an event. The understanding pressures in an event and airflow. It is so overlooked by everybody, by contractors, builders, maintenance people. They think they can look at a ducting and say, oh, that's good, that's no good. It's like
there's more to it. There's always more to anything involved with
and the bottom line is, it's like,
appliances.
it's like you gotta take readings, you gotta take measurements, and we have a class and a video about that as well, and a test, and we try to beat that into our guys' head. It's very like, that's one of my favorites. But anyway,
So, sounds like it was successful, and that everybody got a lot out of it.
I think so. And I think, like, I'm kind of proud of the fact that we have technicians that have been us like less than a year, and they're already, I will put them up against guys that have like 30 years in the business. You know, when it comes to certain things, not just, you know.
Not everything.
But you should know that too. Our trainees, we don't send them out for everything, but we have to cherry pick what these guys can go, you know, work on. So that's all part of the training.
Well, thanks for checking in with us this week.
Are we still running the
Yes.
special?
We're still running our dryer vent analysis promotion, so with any new diagnosis call, you'll get a free dryer vent analysis if you want. So give us a call, set something up.
All right, cool.
And
ApplianceMaster.com?
yeah, we'll see you next week for a special St. Patrick's Day episode.
Oh, nice. Can't wait.